One of the world's largest car makers, Volkswagen, has spent $1 billion building its new factory in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's filled with expensive but untried technology. The factory's engineers have just 4 months to teach its army of robots to produce their new car, the Passat sedan, at a rate of $150,000 a year. So when it comes to teaching robots how to make a car, how do they do it? This factory boasts a 400-strong robot army employing a cutting-edge laser welding technology. The diode disc lasers used here are 7 times more efficient than conventional lasers, saving 222,000 kilowatt-hours of electricity each year. That's enough to power the average American home for 2 decades. The difficulty is, as the robots weld, their electrodes heat up. If they heat up too much, they lose their accuracy.
The robots, as we're welding, we're basically fusing 2 sheets of metal together. So in order to keep those copper electrodes cool, we have to circulate water through the end of the electrodes.
Maintaining a constant flow of water to cool down more than 400 robots would require over 290,000 gallons a year. Not exactly green. So the factory uses rainwater. But how do you collect and recycle rainwater on this scale? This factory roof may look flat, but it is in fact slightly sloped. Rainwater trickles into 5 different drains and is sent down to the concrete basin. The rainwater is cooled by fans in the roof and then used for everything from cooling robots to flushing the toilets.
So the cool water is actually pumping into the tips to keep cool. Once the water circulates through, it goes back into the hot water, and it's just a continuous loop in the body shop.
The Passat's frame is ready to be painted. Passat has a best-in-class 12-year limited warranty against corrosion perforation. This can only be achieved if every coat of paint on every vehicle is applied with absolute accuracy. To do that, each car gets a bath in base paint. The challenge is to ensure a perfectly even soaking. So each car is rotated 360 degrees using robots called e-shuttles. The e-shuttles don't just bathe the vehicles, they also transport them from the body shop. The cars leave the paint shop by conveyor and arrive at the factory's massive assembly line. It's here that the body and chassis are united to form a complete car. With the cars lowered to ground level, the engineers step in to check the handiwork of their automated students. Every detail of the vehicle is checked for quality. And it's not just the processes that are environmentally friendly. Even the site has been recycled, an old munitions plant replaced by this state-of-the-art factory.
The sustainability was a very important factor in order to design the plant. Let's start with the thickness of the walls you see here in order to insulate against heat in summer, but also against cold in winter.
And it doesn't stop with the factory itself. Most car plants distribute their completed vehicles on trucks. This one cuts the environmental cost by using rail.
Rail cars that you're looking at can hold 15 cars apiece, and we'll load 6 rail cars in a row, as you can see down the rail. And we'll load approximately 550 to 600 cars out of the facility a day.
This Chattanooga train drops off at 16 points across the USA, 3 in Canada and 1 in Mexico. Only when they're in the right region are the cars transferred to trucks.
It's a tight fit, but after time you get used to it.
We can ship more by rail than we can by truck, so it's a less of an environmental impact for the shipping. 85% of our vehicles will be leaving Chattanooga by rail and 15% by truck.
The auto industry has long stood in the firing line of environmentalists, but technical advances at this factory suggest the future's bright. The future is green.